Hi, I'm Kristie, and I'm going to take you through a half hour of yoga. We're going to concentrate on some warrior flow today, so that'll be fun. Go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seated position. I would suggest while you're doing this to just kind of turn off the lights, get rid of the distractions if you can around you, and pump up your favorite yoga station, whatever that might be. So go ahead and have a seat. Close your eyes and just take a breath or two here to touch base with your body to make sure that you don't have any red flags going on with anything feeling uncomfortable. And if you do, that's okay. Just make sure to honor your body through the practice. Take care of your body. You don't have to do everything I do. Make sure that your sits bones are connected with the earth. Nice, good foundation. And then go ahead and bring your left hand to your belly. I want you to feel your belly expand with that air. And then feel that belly coming back to the spine with your exhale. Then you can bring your right hand to your heart. So you'll feel your belly expand, and then your rib cage open, and then gently come back down. We're connecting with our breath here, feeling it on the inside and on the out. Lovely. Good. Continue this yoga breath through the practice. So we're going to start with a neck opener. It's a favorite of my yogis called I Dream of Jeannie. So what we're going to do to begin with is just look over the left shoulder. Just look over and see what you can see. Lock your eyes on it, remember it, and then come back to center. Then we'll bring our left arm up first and our right arm on top. We're going to go to the opposite direction that we turned our head. We're going to exhale these arms off to the right, just the arms, and back to center with the inhale. Exhale and inhale. And you can see I kind of have my fingers here around my elbow just to help me get a little bit more pull through that shoulder and the arm. Last one, if you're breathing with me. And then go ahead and rest those arms back down and look back over that left shoulder. Ta-da! You should see a lot more. Good, come back to center, let's look over the right shoulder. Same thing, look and see what you can see, come back to center. Right arm on top, left arm on top of that. Exhaling now to the left. After that fifth breath, go ahead and release those arms down and look over the right shoulder. Nice. Good. So that's just a wonderful neck opener. Great to do before you go to bed or right when you get out of bed. Opens up just everything through the shoulder and the neck. Remember which foot you have in the front or on top if your legs are crossed. We're going to extend the legs out and bring our hands behind us. We're just going to let them windshield wiper. Just let them flow back and forth. Good. Then go ahead and just heel toe to the right just a little bit more And then let the legs fall to the left. Taking a few breaths here. Good. Bring those legs up and then we'll just dance them to the other side. And let them come on down. Good. Bringing them back to center. Now we'll see how good our memory is this morning. I'm going to recross those legs so the opposite foot's on top. Sometimes I use my water bottle and cheat. And I'll place it from side to side if I know my brain doesn't want to think about that right now. Good. So let's go ahead and let our left arm come down to the mat. We're going to bring our right arm up and over. You can let that left arm bend and lower as much as it wants to go down. Beautiful side bend here. And then we'll let that right arm continue down. So we have a little bit of twist going on here. And we'll walk our hands, pausing at center here. Just relax forward a little bit. Good. Bringing our torso back up and then we'll just walk over to the other side. Stopping here for this twist. These twists are helping our immune system. And go ahead and place that right palm down and let that left arm come up. Coming into that side bend. So we don't want the opposite hip leaving the mat. So by pressing through, you're kind of countering that and making sure that you're not tipping over with this. On your next inhale, gently and slowly restack that spine all the way up, bringing the head up last of all. Wonderful. So we're going to go from here onto our feet and get started with slow. We'll go through the warrior slowly at first, and then we'll bring it into that flow. So take your time getting on your feet. And we'll come to the front of the mat, into our mountain pose. And this is a beautiful place to come back to and hold if you need to through a round of the flow or whatever. Just you can always come back to mountain. So let's explore the bottoms of our feet, lifting your toes, finding those four corners. And then extend those toes out and let them float down. We're pulling the kneecaps up, and by doing that, we're making sure that we're tightening all those muscles around the bones of our legs. The tailbone's coming under, and the abs are coming in and up. Shoulder blades are rolled back and down, hands forward, head held high. And breathe here. You can close your eyes for a couple of breaths if you're comfortable. Beautiful. Good. So we'll go ahead and step our right foot back into warrior two. Now if this brought your back to the screen, just face the other direction. So if you're wanting to watch, We're going to extend our arms out. So with warrior two, we want to make sure that this left knee is bent and the knee is going over the ankle. We want to make sure our shoulders are rolled back and down. Our belly is in and up. You can check on that backhand, make sure it didn't go somewhere you didn't know where it was going. You can let your sight go over the fingers of your left hand. And if you want to initiate some yoga for your eyes here, you can. You can focus on your fingers and focus on something in the distance and back and forth and back and forth. It's up to you. Think about that left knee. You want it to go towards the pinky toe. We're going to go into our reverse warrior. Go ahead and bring that palm up and sweep the sky. Nice. And then we're just going to come into a little bit of a side bend here, bringing that elbow to the leg, or you can extend to the floor. Right arm's going to go just straight out over our head, finding that nice long line from the fingertips down to the heel. And then let that right arm come down, forward twist. From here, we're going to sweep up into warrior one. So let that left arm come around right up. We want to have our hips and our shoulders with the corners of the mat here. Good. And here's the fun part. We're going to incorporate some balance into this flow by coming into warrior three, which means that we're going to lift the back leg and come up on the front leg. Into a balance here. You can leave your arms coming forward. You can extend your arms back. You can bring into prayer. Whatever you want to do here. It's like Superman. Gently land back on that back foot. Release your hands. We're going to come into a straddle, half kind of, well, wherever you are on the mat is fine. Bringing your hands to your hips. Go ahead and slowly bend forward. Now, if you have a block or something you want to rest your hands on, soup cans, whatever works for you, or perhaps you want to go all the way to the floor. Feel that beautiful opening through your back. Think of someone pulling your hips and pulling your shoulders, opposite directions. We can open up our wrists a little bit here by bringing our hands backwards. Good. Go ahead and come back to center. And then we're going to roll our body up. Heel toe or hop our feet together. And we're back into mountain pose. So I'm going to, you can either start back at the front of the mat. I'm going to come to the opposite side so we can do that whole thing again. Starting in our mountain. We'll step back with our left foot to warrior two. All those things we talked about, try to bring them back to remembrance. That knee going over towards the pinky. We don't want any elbows going on. Powerful. Warrior two. Go ahead and bring that palm up. Let's sweep the sky. Opening up that rib cage. Feel all those intercostal muscles between the bones. Just open up. Make sure that when we're doing this, we're not leaning on this back leg. You can just let your arm come down or maybe bind it behind you if you want to. And then windmill over. Elbow to knee or hand extended. Left hand's coming straight over the top. Good, into the twist, left hand down, right arm up. Swinging that right arm forward, coming up into warrior one. You can give this front knee a little bit more bend here if you want to activate these muscles just a little bit more. Good, open up into your straddle. We're going to take the mountain pose out, but if you want to go into it, please do. Please do. So with our straddle, this time we're going to go into goddess, pointing the toes towards the edges of your mat or corner. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, sinking into your goddess. Lifting the heels if you want a little balance with us. Balance. I forgot warrior three. So we're in warrior one, and we're not going to forget the balance. We're going to come up into warrior three. Find where you want to be with your arms. Beautiful. Gently come back down onto that back foot and open into your straddle. We'll go from here into a goddess this time. So go ahead and let your toes point out towards the corner or edges of the mat. Bending the knees, bending the elbows. And you can lift your heels if you want a little balance here or just to get those muscles engaged a little more. So we're going to cut out the mountain pose, but feel free to visit it whenever you want. And we're just going to go right into warrior two. Sweep the sky. Here we are with our flow, moving a little faster. Coming around. Make sure you're breathing. Bring that right arm down, left arm up. Swing it up into warrior one. Into warrior three. Sometimes the earth is spinning faster than others. Step down, open up. Into your goddess. Back up. Warrior two, right side. Sweep the sky. All the way down to the twist. Warrior one. Into the balance. Step out. Good. Back into goddess. We're going to do the flow one more time each side. Warrior two. Sweep the sky. All the way down. Go into the twist. Warrior one. Warrior three. Step out. Into your goddess. Back up. Warrior two, right side. Sweep the sky. Beautiful. One over. Into the twist. Warrior one. Into your balance. And step out. This time we're going to go back into that folded straddle. Hands to the hips. Forward fold. Just take a few breaths here. Relax as far as you're comfortable relaxing. You can move. Always feel free to move. Sometimes that's how we find little bubbles of tightness. That's what I call them. And then we're going to just heel toe our feet together. And come on to our knees. Good. Excellent job. Let's do a couple things on the mat. We're going to actually have to face this way on it. So turn carefully. So this is hero pose. Hero pose is basically just kneeling down, but it's important to make sure that we're honoring our joints, our hips, our knees, our ankles. So know that you can always sit on a block, and sometimes putting a blanket or a pillow right here will help to alleviate some of the pressure on the knees if this is uncomfortable for you. This is nice because the back has a chance to just open up. There's nothing compressing the bottom of the spine. And then we're going to come up from here for camel. Nice heart opener, back bend. You have some choices. You can cup your hips and roll those shoulders back and down, opening the heart. Maybe you prefer fists, kind of give a little pressure there. You can do that. That feels so good. And then if you're really feeling this pose today, if you want to go to the heels, you can. Opening the heart. Control the neck. It's okay if your head's back. Just make sure you're controlling it. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come on out of it. Good, so let's go ahead and sweep our feet out. Coming onto our bottom feet in front. We're going to go into a forward fold here. Making sure that we have our sits bones there. Shifting that gift. Inhaling the arms up. And then your fold is your fold. And if you feel like you need a little counter pressure here, a little help on that back, sit up against a wall so that your back is against the wall, and that will actually feel really good here. I know that can be a really tender place for a lot of people. So bend to where you can't bend anymore with your back, and then let your arms stretch out. Perhaps they're on your legs, perhaps they're on your feet. Exhale and soften as you fold. And then on your next inhale, just walk your hands back. Restep, and that's fine. Rolling up, rolling the shoulders back. And good. For our last couple poses, we'll go ahead and get on our back. Good, go ahead and bring those knees in. Release the arms out and let those knees come to the left. Beautiful, inhaling back up to center. And then let them fall gently to the right. Coming back up to center. One more hug, come into that roly-poly. And then extend. Extending one leg, then the other. Hands are palm up. Tuck your wings under your body. Just to make sure we're not holding on to any more tightness. Start at your feet. Make little fists with your toes, then fan the toes. Then relax your feet. Coming up into the calves and the thighs, tight, and then release. Into the glutes and the lower belly, clench it, tighten it, and release. Into the torso, up into the chest, along the spine, and back, and release. Through the shoulders, down the arms, hands into fists, and release. Through the neck, into the scalp, the face like you just took a bite of a lemon. And release. Allow your breath just to flow in and out on its own. Go ahead and make your next inhale just a little deeper. Your next exhale a little more complete. And bring awareness into the fingers and the toes by wiggling them around. Rotating the wrists and the ankles. Bringing those knees back up to the chest, giving them a little hug, rocking around. And rock onto your side for a few breaths. While here, repeat these words. I am whole. I am enough. I am loved. And press yourself up, coming back into seated position of your choice. I'm so glad you could join me. I want to thank my amazing husband for being cameraman and helping me out with this. Let's go ahead and inhale up, big breath in. Exhale with a sigh to our heart. Namaste.